everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building tiny house number 2 of the week. I still am planning on releasing another tiny house tomorrow so that we can have 3, just so you guys know. But it's not recorded yet, so we'll see how it goes. And I was planning on taking the majority of the day tomorrow off, so I'll get it done tonight. Like, we'll have this tiny house. I already have a plan for it. I know what it's gonna look like. I just need to build it. So that's where we're at with that. But anyway, so we're building this one today. It's for a single mom and her toddler. I felt like it had been a while since I'd done like almost like a cottage looking tiny house and then just made it super cutesy with a lot of flowers on the exterior with the foliage and make the interior very light, very delicate, very cute. So with, you know, like pastels and light grays and whites and stuff. So that's basically what we're going for today. And I also feel like this is a good contrast to the build that I did yesterday, which was definitely a lot more structured and a little bit more calm with the color scheme, a little bit more sleek with the kind of furniture that I chose to go with. So I'm going to see if I can come up with a completely different interior style for tomorrow, but we'll see. I still wanted to... Like, I wanted to have some kind of personality. Like, I wanted to be kind of funky or something. So we're not going traditional or anything. Like, definitely not gothic. No, we're not. Don't even try to recommend it or request it or whatever. Suggest it. That's the word I was looking for. We're not going gothic, but I don't really know what kind of vibe that I want to go for. I just want it to be funky and fun. But for this one, this was basically just, I wanted it to be delicate and cute and soft and a little bit cottagecore-y, I want to say as well. I definitely feel like some of the furniture at least is a little bit cottagecore-y. I did build this in, where are we? Willow Creek? I think we're in Willow Creek. But that's also because when I started building it, it wasn't really, I decided while I was doing the exterior to do it the house or give it a brick wallpaper on the exterior instead of a wood siding. So the brick I don't necessarily feel fits in super well in Willow Creek. I can't really explain why, it's just a feeling. But I think it's okay. You could also place it elsewhere. It's built on a 20 by 15. I don't think the house necessarily would fit super well into like Henford either, to be honest. So like it's a bit, you know, I build it here. Does it fit in perfectly anywhere in the world? No. Or the world's plural? I mean, place it in Solani if you feel like it. I am not gonna stop you. Do what you want. I just built it in Willow Creek and that's that on that. Yes. So this house, I actually mentioned it in yesterday's video. I was talking about the floor plan being a little bit hard to do, which I solved by adding an extra box on the left side. Basically, it's because there is a toddler living in the house and you need a bathtub for them. Bathtubs take up a lot of space. One of my go-tos when it comes to building tiny houses is like something that I often do is make like 2-tile bathrooms. I'll leave out the sink, but then they have a toilet in there and then one of the open shower stalls. So like just a shower head, no stall. Makes more sense, yes, okay. But you can't really do that if you have a tiny human living in the house because then they will get dirty and not get cleaned, and that is not good for the toddler. Treat your toddlers right, you know? So I actually needed to make room for like a proper sized bathroom in this very small house. So, because, you know, we need the whole bathtub. So I ended up adding the 6 tiles on the left side of the house for that purpose. You could make it a little bit smaller. I think it's actually possible to fit in everything you need in a 4-tile bathroom. But just in case you were wondering or something, if you're planning on building tiny houses, it is possible. You just got to play around with the items a little bit in there. You can also easily leave out the sink because as long as you have one in the kitchen. If you don't have one, do not leave out the sink because then suddenly you don't have a sink at all. But sometimes, like with tiny houses, it's very like, where can I save a tile here and there? And you don't really need 2 sinks in a tiny house. For realism purposes, sure, but for gameplay purposes, you don't necessarily need 2 sinks. So you can do a bathroom like this with 4 tiles. I just decided to go for the 6 tiles anyways. So they have like a full 2x3 bathroom in there. That is properly decorated and everything, despite it being a bathroom. I promise, I took my time with it. I made it fit with the rest of the house and everything. I could, you know, the 2 bedrooms are also a little bit bigger than they need to be, but again, I just feel like I also needed it to, yeah, it would also feel like, it would feel weird if the toddler's bedroom was smaller than the bathroom, is all I'm gonna say, okay? So, yeah, but the 2 bedrooms could have been smaller as well. I don't know. I'm okay with the way that it looks, it ended up being, but we do have some extra space here and there. Maybe it's just me being critical of my own stuff again. Like, I know that some people are very, myself included sometimes, but sometimes I'm a little bit easy. Like, how do you say that? Easy on the criticism when it comes to like sizes and tiny houses, because I don't necessarily feel like you have to fully follow the 64 tile count in The Sims. Like, the term tiny house is very much up for interpretation, in my opinion. It also makes it so that you can't actually add like foundations or platforms on exteriors, or use platforms for roof and, you know, or roofing and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit like, you know, it's up for interpretation, but at the same time, I also want everything to be as small as possible, because I know that other people, I've gotten a couple of comments in the past, like, don't worry, we're not gonna, it's fine, but I've gotten a couple of comments in the past on other tiny houses where they've been like, this is not a tiny house, and I'm like, yeah, it is a tiny house according to me. So that's basically, you know, we got a little bit extra space in this house. It could definitely be smaller, but I feel like, honestly, I feel like I did what I could with the space that I had. I had to add a little bit extra to it. And at the same time, I also just added a little bit of luxury to the 2 bedrooms. So the toddler didn't just end up with a 2x2, because that's just sad. It's like a broom closet, you know? I feel sorry, okay? I feel sorry for the toddler. Yeah. Now that I think about it, does that mean there are people who gatekeep the term tiny house because they're like, is this not a tiny house? Like, who gets to decide what is and what isn't a tiny house? Did I get that right? Are people gatekeeping tiny houses? I feel like I just yelled that. Anyway, I'm sorry. So the mom's bedroom, obviously you can, like, it doesn't have to be a single mom in this house. If the scoot over trick works for you as well, you can have 2 parents living here. You don't have to have a single mom. You don't have to have a mom living here. It could also be like, it could be a dad, but it could also be a big sister and their toddler friend. I almost said friend. I'm like a sibling. There we go. I completely spaced out on the word. Wow. Okay. It's Saturday. It's been a long day so far. Okay, give me a break. Anyway, their toddler friend. Yeah, they just live with their toddler friend. You know, casual. That's fine. I also know that this bed doesn't necessarily super well like go with the rest of the furniture in the house super well, but it's so cute. I'm very biased when it comes to, because we don't have a lot of toddler beds or tiny human beds in The Sims in general. And I think aren't there 3 that are base game, or is it just 2? They're not my favorites, let's just put it like that. So I'm very biased, leaning towards both the Eco Lifestyle one, which I think is so cute, but also this one. This is new, it's from Werewolves. It looks a little bit patched up, you know, it looks a little bit self-made as well, but it's so cute. And the color scheme as well, I think that was actually what mainly inspired a lot of the color scheme that's going on throughout the house, essentially, because I'm pretty sure I placed down the bits as some of the first items, and then I went through those swatches, and I was like, wait, this is so cute. So I'm fairly sure that was a part of it. That swatch was a part of why I went with this color scheme in the end. It just happens to work with the exterior and all the flowers and the white wallpapers and everything. My computer's throwing a fit, by the way, if you hear any mechanical sounds. It's not a robot that's walking around in my room right now. It's just my computer throwing a fit for whatever reason. It does that sometimes. I don't know. It just sometimes happens to fall right on top of when I'm doing voiceovers. which is very annoying. And I've talked about it before and no one's ever complained about it, but it's just a perfectionist thing. I don't want anything to annoy you in the background, like other than my voice, but I can't change it, you know. So we don't need more annoying elements to this voiceover, okay? My voice is enough. So I think we're done with the interior, just moving on to the exterior. There's not like a whole lot going on with the exterior. I was kind of trying to figure out where I wanted to go with the foliage at first. I just knew that I wanted it to be plantsy, and I've been liking doing these little framed in, or not framed in, but fenced up areas, front yard areas. I've been liking doing those for houses specifically in Willow Creek lately. I just feel like can't explain why. I think it has to do with the fact that I personally don't like framing up. Like, I haven't done this for years. So, like, pull a fence around the whole lot. I like to use fence either in the backyard, or if you're building on a wide lot, then next to the house. I don't like to add fencing to the front of the house, but lately I've been adding this. I like the look of fencing at the front of the house. It's really hard to explain, but I'm very particular when it comes to certain things, such as fencing. I don't know what it is, okay? But this kind of gives me a way to add a little bit of fencing to the front yard without overdoing it. So like without pulling the fence all the way to the backyard or just framing up the entire lot, because I don't like the look of that. So I haven't done that, like I said, for years, I'm pretty sure. And I've been kind of keeping to this, like, let's just frame up a little area at the back of the house and then somehow try to tie the front yard together with the backyard. So like leave a path leading to the backyard or something. But this whole like adding just a little bit of an area at the front, it looks realistic to me, and it also makes it so that I can add a little bit of fencing to the front yard as well, which is nice to do now and then. So anyway, I know it's like a very minor thing, but it's just, like I said, I'm very particular when it comes to certain things, so I can't help it. And this right here is, I was trying to do figure out a new way to do like a sand pit situation. I'm not sure that it works like a sand pit in the game, because I didn't play test it, because I don't have a toddler playtester, but I used the sand from Island Living. I think someone once told me that that's actually, like, as long as you use that terrain paint, you can make those are just decor, by the way. But I mean, make sandcastles and stuff. But I don't know how correct the person was, so if it doesn't work, then it's just decor, okay? I don't know. If it doesn't work, then just see it as decor. What are those called? Sea stars? We call them sea stars in Danish, but I forgot what they're called in English right now. Aren't stars the fish that look like stars? I just came across them in the debug catalog. I thought they looked cute, and like I was playing around with sand anyways. I was like, okay, well, I'll just put them down. They'll just be decor. They look adorable. Okay, they're super adorable. I just can't remember the name of them. Starfish. Thank you, SpongeBob. That just came to me. I was like, as I was talking, I was trying to remember what's the name of the starfish in SpongeBob. I've never watched SpongeBob, by the way, but I know his name is Patrick Star, and that's when I knew. Yeah, it worked. Anyway, so we're almost at the end of the video. I hope you guys liked this one. If you do like the build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, tray files will be available over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. And also, if you like books, check out my booktube channel. It's also linked in the pinned comment. But that is all I got for you guys today. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
I look at you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize